Merry Christmas. Oh,
Holiday Bowl.
where'd you go? Taking a
What?
dump, dude? Taking a dump?
No.
Let me see the back of that. Let me see the back of that jersey, dude.
Why?
I just want to see it. I just want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. The guy that's going to be gone next year, probably.
You think so?
I think we're going to trade him. I think
Why-
he's becoming too. I think he's becoming too much of a headache for the team.
He played pretty well last week, and he's pretty chill, I thought. But
Yeah. Well, I think it's more or less they. I don't know, his like mentality of like, I'm not going to change the way I play and the way I do things, and it's like
yeah,
all that.
yeah.
But that's just my gut feeling. Although I don't know, like everybody's just like, we Smith and Jigba's like great and this and that, which he is, but it's like Lockett's not a spring chicken anymore. Like he's getting older.
Yeah.
So we can't like just ditch our receivers.
I sent him a LinkedIn email to see if he wanted to get together and do work together.
A LinkedIn email?
Well, he's a real estate agent, right?
Oh, Lockett.
Yeah.
I thought
Who'd
you
you
were
guys
talking
talk
about
about?
Fedora all of a sudden. I was like, why'd you send him a LinkedIn account? Like,
So we're gonna keep this. This is gonna be a pretty quick show, but like I said, Fedora's got a pretty cool giveaway today. Happy or Merry Christmas Eve, all that. I thought today, dude, was Christmas, man. Like last night, I was in Christmas Eve mode, so I'm super stoked that Christmas is tomorrow. But yeah, just wanted to possibly do a pretty big giveaway. I have that $25 Wolverine number 36. I found it at a shop, and I got that. Do you remember like this last summer when that Ruins comic book was like TikTok worthy and all that crap? Number 36.
yeah.
I found one for like cover, and I read it, dude. They really need to like start writing stories like that again. It took me out of the MCU into like a really interesting spot, I would say. It was a really, I think you dig it, man. Like that book came out like 1995. And the funny thing is like I couldn't tell what era it came from. It could have been you could have thrown that book in 2050 and it would have been cool to read. It was really different, man.
Yeah.
I'm in my fantasy semifinals with a 7-7 record. I did not know how. Dude, speaking
I
of
don't remember
fantasy,
what I got in with. What am I?
Jason
I finished 5-9, and I was the 6th seed in my playoffs, and I won my first round by like the most points scored by anybody in the whole year.
Dude.
Like I beat the guy by like 200 points. I had almost like 500.
When's your finals? Like when's your championship?
Next week.
So next weekend?
I'm in the semifinals right now, yeah. And now Kamara and James Cook hurt me, but luckily Olave and T. Higgins made up the point differential because they both went over 100 yards. So I got double what they were projected, and I finished about half what Kamara and Cook were projected, so it kind of evened out.
Yeah. Did you going back to just what we were always talking about, did you get any presents for yourself for Christmas at all?
No.
Oh, I did. You want to see what I got?
I got myself nothing.
Well,
I got tattooed. That was it.
Oh, what'd you get tattooed of?
Just started like my whole shin. Like I got all the background, like the flowers and stuff behind Swamp Thing, and like just the filler.
Oh,
starting all that.
Sick.
To finish off the sleeve, I got like a couple poppies, a lily, some orchids.
Oh, that's cool. So I'm getting rid of this. I sold this already, so I gotta send it off. Fuck that game. And I went old school.
You got the remake?
Yeah, I'm streaming 16 right now, and dude, that game is a lot of video, man. A lot of video. There's not a lot of gameplay.
I feel like that's the way that most of those games are going now, though. Like the not to like damper anything, like they're great for what they are, but the whole role playing part of it, the RPG part of it, is pretty much gone. It's just cinematics at this point. It's like you might as well just make a movie.
Yeah, dude. Dude, like I was streaming it the other day, and I want to get rid of the game, but the story is like pretty cool. But there's no development of the game. Like it's all movie. Like I think Spider-Man 2, like I would say 100% play that game if you're able to. I don't have you don't have a PlayStation, but that was the perfect mix of like story and gameplay, and like it allows you to go visit the worlds around.
Well, that's why I'm digging. What is that? Because I'm still playing that Jedi Survivor, and like I enjoy that because it's a lot of gameplay, a lot of stuff to explore, and then it has its movies here and there.
Yeah, and you can go different planets, right?
Yeah, and you can go back to them whenever you want to. Like you don't have to follow the main storyline.
Right.
Kind of,
yeah, just like
I feel like I'm getting close to the end of it, so I'm avoiding moving forward.
Oh, really?
Because like my next mission is to like basically go confront the guy that I've been like chasing the whole game. Oh. And so I'm like, well, I'm not trying to confront that dude yet. Like if that's the end of the story, like I ain't trying to have it end yet, but I'm not explored. But there's still like a lot of planets on the map that I haven't been able to access yet. So I'm hoping that maybe it's got more going.
Did you get number? Are you gonna play Final Fantasy VII the second part?
Maybe.
Have you played the first
part?
They
make it available for anything other than PlayStation.
Don't they have it available for Xbox?
No. I mean, they have like it's weird. It's weird how they do it because they have like I have access to certain games. Like I can play the original 7, the original 8, like a lot of the original games I can play. I can play X and X2, like all those games are on there, and then a spattering of other ones. But it's like not all of them are there, and it's like weird. Like I can play Kingdom Hearts, all that stuff, like a lot of Square Enix games, but for some reason, the newer stuff they don't have.
Oh yeah, it says will Final Fantasy VII ever remake be on Xbox? And I said maybe.
Like I'm sure it will eventually. It baffles me that these guys do all these exclusives to consoles. It's like you're cutting your money in half. Like instead, like by just being snobby about it, like you're cutting your revenue in half because you're literally cutting another system off of like millions of players.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I mean, I guess it makes sense if PlayStation's paying you a shitload of money to not put on Xbox, but I don't see that at all.
Yeah.
You know, so
yeah.
Well, we're gonna wait for Fedora for a little bit. I want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Happy holidays. I got my Santa hat on. We got 4 live. I know it's probably gonna be it's gonna be a quick show. It's not gonna. We're gonna have a huge attendance, but if we do, I will do a huge giveaway that I've been advertising on Instagram quite a bit. I'm basically sending off free money. That you could literally post it the day you get it and get money for this book or these multiple books. Fedora has a manga trade that is going for pretty good money too. So we're almost at that 500 mark. I want to thank Michael Baker again for sending that 98 slab. I haven't opened it yet. I'm just going to keep it sealed until we hit 500.
Unbox it on the show for everybody. We'll keep it a secret until then.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, we're at 473, man. So we're like 27 away, which is great, man. I think Jason and I can attest to that. We didn't think we were gonna get like 200 subscribers like by this point, and to double that and almost be at the monetization mark is pretty exciting.
I'm stupid, so that anybody wants to tune in and listen to anything I have to say is
no, you dumb. You're fucking annoying. Like you're so annoying. Should we ask the chat what we should watch today? Iron Claw or Godzilla?
I don't know. For me, I'm just like Iron Claw is a watch it at home kind of movie. Like I don't want to spend $20 to go see it in the theater. Because it's not like a big I'm to the point now where I go to the movie, I want like explosions and a big action. That's why I'm going.
You want sex. You want sex.
Yeah, bring back porn theaters, damn it. Pee Wee Herman ruined that for us back in the day.
I know, seriously.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah. With his hand.
Does my mic work?
Fedora, what's up, man?
Does my mic work?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Well, hold on. It sounds crazy.
Now you good. What up, Cody? Merry Christmas, dog.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, it sounds good. It sounds good now.
Hey, is New York popping this morning, or is it?
Yo, bro, they got they getting popping out here, man. My man's got the music out here, bro. Come on, they getting down out here with the West Indian music. You know,
Okay,
shout
cool.
out to all my West Indians out there. All the restaurants is popping. Everybody is hustling and bustling. People delivering food. It's pretty lively for a Sunday. Usually it's dead, but it's Christmas, you know. So
That Christmas Eve, everybody's trying to get everything in early.
yeah.
I was gonna do like some shopping today, but I don't think it's gonna happen, man.
Dude,
I got a lot of shit to do today.
like getting
Okay,
down
we'll keep it
near
quick.
any kind of shopping complex is a nightmare right now.
I know. I don't even know why I was thinking about doing that. It's the American capitalist in me.
It's like I got within a couple blocks of the mall yesterday when I was just like, I wasn't even planning on getting near there, and I was like, God dang it! I'm like, where are all these people coming from? And I was like, oh yeah, it's like the mall
Dude,
right over there.
They shut down 200th, which is like my route to get to the mall, and so
I
all
thought you
that
wasn't
traffic.
coming, bro. Hold on, bro. You said you weren't coming.
Oh no, I convinced him.
Oh, you convinced him? Oh,
Yeah.
My man's was about to. He called an audible last minute.
I said I tapped my left foot, and he came from the left to the right, tight end formation. Travis Kelce for the touchdown. Taylor Swift
I don't know anything about sports, so I don't know anything you just said.
You said audible, so I mean, like, I thought you did.
No, I know. I know that, but I don't know anything else about football. I know the Denver Broncos were 7-7. That's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take that. Shout out Denver Broncos. That's my favorite football team, even though I know nothing about football.
Okay. That's like me saying Manchester United is my favorite soccer team. I don't know shit about soccer. I just,
the first two Super Bowls I saw were Denver Broncos were Elway when Elway went back to back, and my stepfather hated it. Yeah, he hated Elway. So I was like, I was a troll, and I was like, yeah, Broncos. Then the next year they faced Atlanta, and he was even more pissed. So I was like, yeah, Broncos. And, then Elway retired, and I was like, he's the GOAT. And then so now I have to go with the Denver Broncos. Like, I have no choice.
I'm gonna try and find a Terrell or what was his name? Not Terrell Owens. Who's a running back for Denver back then, Jason? Chat, can you guys help me out? He was the 6th round running back, like the first one that like went crazy. He's a Hall of Famer, I want to say, huh?
I don't know. That was like 97.
Terrell Davis. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Terrell Davis.
Thank you, chat.
I'm gonna find you. I'm Fedora. I'm gonna find you a Terrell Davis jersey for like $15, and I'm gonna send it to you.
Yo, I would love that. Like
2,000 rushing yards in 1998. Never again.
Is that common? Is that like a thing that happens?
No, that's not common.
Like usually 1,000 yards is a good year.
A lot.
At 2,000, that's a thing.
What?
There's been a couple rushers.
So what's the average? What's the average?
Like 1,000 is if you cross over 1,000 as a running back, like you've had a pretty good year.
Yeah, like a very you're gonna get. You won't even get paid, but like that's insane. Only
you got 2,000.
Only 5 times ever.
So he's a legend.
I think he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not sure.
I mean, you have to be. You have to be.
I mean, I remembered him just now, and like I'm not a Denver fan at all. Period. So yeah, it says something about him, right? So
who's the dude that used to do crack and play the games, and he used to just show up cracked out. He used to hit the pipe, and he used to go. I
was like pretty much anybody in the 70s and 80s probably.
Yeah, injuries cut his career short. I would say Maradona. He used to go coked out to like soccer matches.
Nah, but this dude used to do he used to hit a rock.
I don't know. Maybe LT, maybe? I don't
Lawrence
know.
Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor. There we go.
Which brings me to my next point, kids. Don't smoke crack.
Oh, yeah, that's why it's funny, dude. Yeah.
And then he had the WWF match with Bam Bam Bigelow on that crappy pay-per-view card. And Lawrence Taylor's match with Bam Bam Bigelow was like the best thing about that card. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's awesome.
Man, 80s and 90s WWF hit harder than most.
Okay, Attitude Era or the whole the Hulkamania era?
I mean, they both had their plus and minuses, right? I feel like the Hulkamania era was like the 80s. It was like they just it was primitive, man. They would do clotheslines and drop kicks and power slams. Like that wasn't really entertaining for me.
I think Attitude Era for me.
Yeah, it's like the Attitude Era is when they added like finishing moves and stuff like that. Like nobody really had finishing moves. Like Hulk had his like power slam and then his like leg drop that he would do. Like that was his move.
And then if you and Randy Savage's giant elbow drop was like, oh my god,
like the flying elbow drop. He'd like get up top, he'd be like stick his hands in the air and shit, and then jump on you.
I love the Rock's like the people's elbow, like right in the sternum. Like anyone else could do that, but for some reason, like the Rock would get you right in the sternum. I remember Lex Luger had that adamantium in his elbow because he got injured. And they ran with that.
My man said adamantium.
He had that adamantium in his arm.
Okay, we're gonna get on the show.
Wolverine. He's actually Wolverine.
He actually is Wolverine. Yes.
The Lex Express.
Yo, what up, Brad? Good to see you, man, in the chat. So. We're gonna do something a little fun today. Try and keep this short. I want to get 25 for a giveaway, but I don't know if we'll get there. So this show is about our 2024 future picks.
Oh wait, hold on. First, before we start, show them the giveaway. Show them why we need 25. Cause we not fucking around this week. 25 in the chat. Boom. We giving away keys on keys on keys. Not just we giving away Western keys. We giving away Eastern keys. Go all the way to the last slide first. Go all the way to the last slide. Last slide. Just this is why we need 25 in the chat. I updated the last slide. Boom. The weekly Shonen giveaway. Crazy.
I mean, we're literally giving away money. You know what I mean? Literally giving away money.
Look at the average sales are hitting $30 to $40 on this book, and we're giving it away. I'm giving this away.
Yeah.
So
is he snowboarding?
It's a sick cover, man.
I don't know what he's doing. I just know people went crazy for this, and
it's cool, man. But where's the spawn? No spawn today, bro. Oh, well, actually not giving away, but we got some spawn. But yeah, man. I appreciate everyone just coming through. I know it's early morning. I know it's Christmas Eve, so it was a huge ask. But I wanted to, if we get enough people in the chat, I wanted to do something nice. So anyway.
Yep. Catwoman 43. This is my wish list. This is my 2024 wish list. I might not buy anything on there, but this one I'm really contemplating on getting because I feel like Souza Micah might be one of, the future people we look back on and go, wow, what a great artist. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of people are going to look at her, newer collectors are going to look at her the way they look at, Michael Turner, Art Germ, all those other like older artists.
Right.
So, it's only a matter of time before she goes to Marvel. And once she goes to Marvel, she's going to blow the roof off the market. And what better book to get than the book that shot her into the stratosphere, that put her on the map and got her noticed everywhere, is Catwoman 43. You get her raw for $100, 9.8 for $150. And it's a cheap entry point. Guys, get on this. Get on it before it's too late, because 10 years from now, this is probably, in my prediction, going to be $300-400 book.
Yeah, dude. I mean, when this book came out, it was like $300 to $400, 9.8. I remember this. Would you say, Jason, too? Was this like kind of like near the height of the 2022 boom, and shit was starting to like kind of get crazy?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Well, especially when there's only a difference of like $50 between the slab and the raw. It's like, why wouldn't you just pony up and get the slab?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, man, a great pick, man. It's it's definitely like again, this shows more to like either stuff we've been looking at for a long time, and like this is our kind of like honing in on stuff for 2024. I think honestly, before we get to the next slide, that you could see a bump again into collectibles just because interest rates are starting to drop again. I definitely think the bottom was in October. You could argue September, mid-August, but just stuff from what I saw, I definitely saw the bottom hit at like end of September. I started to see some of those deals start to creep up. Obviously, like there's just dead books that just won't ever come back. Just like there's dead NFTs, dead stocks that just those never come back. And we'll kind of get into those too later on. So shout out to my man Iman's World of Geek, Maligayan Pasco, and Feliz Navidad, my bro. You guys give him a follow on YouTube. It's a good friend of mine. He sends me hella funny Filipino stuff. And yeah, good to have you in the show, man. Go Seahawks, by the way. He's from the Bay Area. So
they don't play till tomorrow.
Oh yeah, they'll be on tomorrow. What we got next, Fedora?
This is the Adam Hughes Catwoman 51. Came out in 2006. This is a classic Adam Hughes cover. I'm a big Catwoman fan. So I'm a huge Adam Hughes fan, and this is kind of like the book that I've always kind of wanted to get, but it just has never come in to the shop, and I've never seen it around in my. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get this on eBay right away, but it's something that I've been keeping my eye on. $9.8, $400, raw is $100. It's a classic Adam Hughes cover. Yeah. Homage to death all the time. People are doing homages. Mm-hmm. So I like this book. I think like when you're looking at like classic books and classic, I think this is one of those classic books of like the early 2000s of like that decade.
Yeah.
And I wanted to kind of do one for each decade, like 2000, 2020, 2006, so I think this is definitely one to look at and get in while it's on the bottom, because you could get a raw near mint around $100. I've seen one go for about like $110, $115, $120, so $130 to $100 raw. Like, you can't beat that. So,
is there a newsstand version of this?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
there should be.
Is there a variant of it? Is this the variant? I mean, sorry.
No, it's just the direct edition, but I'm pretty sure there's a newsstand.
Wow. God damn it. That's crazy. Jason, have you ever heard about this book?
Yeah, this is actually one of my favorite like modern DC or modern Catwoman covers.
Oh, cool.
Like for whatever reason, I just love this cover.
It's cool.
I mean, I can name a few reasons, but it's not safe for work. So.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me put the banner.
Oh yeah, disclaimer: I do not flip or sell books.
Yeah, you gotta put that disclaimer on there. Yeah. Oh, cool, man. I personally I love this cover because of the DC logo. Like fits really. I like that DC logo from back in the mid 2000s. The fact
I don't know why they switched it.
What's that?
I don't know why they switched it.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, it's funny how companies change their logo just like that, and it kind of becomes harder to recognize but for whatever reason, they've switched it up. The fact, though, I think what's particularly fascinating about this cover is this book's almost 20 years old, and I had Dak on the show on Tuesday, and the after show we were talking about like a lot of this collecting stuff. It's hard to determine what you're going to keep for the next 20 years. And obviously from this being a regular cover, it wasn't a ratio. This is one of those like keep for 20 years book. It may not go up in value like a lot, but it's going to be over time. This could go up like 3% per year. And that's a pretty good return investing wise. But as far as like art, yeah, her like she's looking at you in that picture. It's pretty dope, man. It's a nice book.
Especially I think if you can get in at the lower end of some of these like key characters for DC, they're the ones that are going to start to pop down the road. So I think the price is only going to go up, especially with like the new DC universe kind of coming into shape, like as they do. like when these characters start coming out, I think you're going to start seeing spikes in the DC books more so than they are right now.
Especially when Catwoman starts taking more prominence in like the DC world, the gun verse, the Matt Reeves verse and stuff like that. I think like people would be like, oh, I remember that cover. Let me go buy it.
Yeah, and even without, right? Like for right now, you know, for example, it's still doing very well because you have an iconic character tied with an iconic artist, you know. So it's a good pick, man. I like it.
Thank you. So Bloodstone.
Yeah.
So if
hurts me.
I seen this go raw for $75 in your mint on bidding. So yeah. It's just like this was a pandemic darling, as I like to call it, and everybody was. But I will say this: if somebody in the chat has one, and you're willing to sell it to me for $100, I'll buy it right now. If you have it, I'm putting it out there. I'm putting the hit. Bird, I want you to clip this. I want you to clip it. Post it on your Instagram. If you have this book and you're willing to let it go for $100, and the lowest I've seen was $75, so don't play me. I will send location, and I will give you the money.
Yeah.
Send location.
As Fedora Michael Baker would say, don't be a mook and play Fedora.
Don't be a mook.
Yeah, don't be a mook.
Well, CGC 9.8, 400.
Nice.
I ain't trying to buy no CGC 9.8, whatever. I just like the cover. I like the character. I like the book. I'm a fan. I know nothing about Elsa Bloodstone, but she's hot. So I
know what is it? Matrix was just, or I saw on Matrix's Instagram feed today. He released the kind of like breaking news of like how they see kind of the Midnight Suns forming first, and she's one of them.
Yeah, I saw that too. Let me see if I can find it. Matrix.
Shout out to Matrix Comics.
Shout out to Matrix Comics
coming through. It was a weird lineup. It wasn't what I was expecting them to come out with, but it's not bad. I like it. I don't know about Scarlet Witch.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think that the Midnight Suns is gonna make this book go back to what it once was. And that's a long way out from now. Yeah. Right? So
like she'd have to be a standout character in whatever project they do.
She just doesn't fit the sexiness of the kid. Oh, sorry, Fedora. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, Michael Baker. He said that whole sentence was crazy. Don't skip the mid-mook mop. That was crazy.
The mid-mook.
I don't know what he said.
I think the problem with this casting was if you bought the book and you didn't read the story or like followed her, you'd be like, why is this girl cast as Elsa Bloodstone? That show's almost a year old and no one talks about it as much anymore. I thought it was really cool. I liked the show. I watched it a couple times and
I rewatched it in the color that they just released again for October when they were in the strike and they couldn't come up with anything else to do. So they're like, we released it in color this year.
Yeah. And I think that was like, I mean, that's cool. But like, as far as like collectability of it going back up, yeah, Fedora, I mean, it's going to take, I just think the casting didn't do it justice to like why I think people actually pick this book up on the shelves. I mean, like she's a blonde, big booty, also Bloodstone. I remember reading the book and man, I dug the series, man. It's very sexual, which is kind of funny because like just reading in today's like kind of era of politics and how books are written, this would not be okay with Marvel, you know, which is unfortunate, I think, in my opinion, as far as like just being out there, you know, with stories and just kind of taking it with a grain of salt. But again, this book was written kind of during like the Danger Girl days and stuff like that. I think if you were going to cast her, they should have done that Sweeney girl. She would have been perfect for this casting. And she has a following of like a bunch of 14-year-old boys that just like love that Sweeney girl. So anyway, great pick. This, like I was saying earlier, like this pick hurts me because I was loving this book. just because of the video game vibes it gave me, and I had a lot of we did, yeah. Excuse me. But man, I hope you get it for under $100, man. I could see you getting it. I could see someone selling that near mint to you for 75, and I don't think that's a bad deal for them either, unless they bought it at like.
I'm putting it out there.
Putting it out there. Sydney Sweeney, yes, thank you. I don't know if Cooper's watching the show, but Cooper met Sydney Sweeney on his first movie. So Fedora, Cooper he's a good friend of me and Jason's. He actually lives down the street from me, or he's staying down. His parents live down the street from me. He met Sydney Sweeney on the first movie he was ever in when she was like 8 years old. So I'm like, dude, how weird is it to see Sydney Sweeney like in her like, current actress stage? He's like, it's weird. It's like, it's like really weird for him.
You know who I could see playing Elsa as well? Who's that girl from Wednesday that everybody likes?
Jenna Ortega.
She'd be. Who?
Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
She'd be good.
Yeah, but I heard that she was gonna be White Tiger.
Oh, White Tiger. Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah. But she's already in Wednesday. She's already got that goth vibe. So
I think she just got done filming Beetlejuice too.
Yeah,
really?
Exactly, right?
She's playing Lydia's daughter in that movie.
Yeah, so Elsa Bloodstone, like that makes sense. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, she's already got that kind of.
Yeah, that's it. She's already typecasted. She's gonna be in like horror movies. She didn't Scream, right?
Yeah, I think she like something happened with one of the actresses on that newer series, and they fired her for something, and then she ended up quitting, I think, to support her.
Yeah.
Right.
We're not gonna get into that, but yeah. So why not? Jenna Ortega, I think, would be really good for Elsa Bloodstone, but that's just me.
No, I love it.
But yeah, I'm putting it out there. Whoever got it, let me know.
Put it out there.
Message me at Fedora Kong in Instagram, and I'll send you the money right now. If you need some money for Christmas presents, let me know. Send me that book. 75, 80, 90, 100 is my limit. Anyways, Amazing Spider-Man, 35. It's what is it? 29, 39? I can't see.
39. That's what that says.
39.
There we go.
Yeah.
So this book, we have this book graded down at the shop, and it's so I saw it and I was like, man, I really like this book. But so I was looking into it, and there's no 9.8s on the eBay that I like.
Yeah.
So this was like extremely hard to find in high grade. We have I think an 8.5 or something at the shop. 9.0 sold, or I think somebody's asking or sold for like $1,600. Raws are going for like in the hundreds. But I like the cover. This is like the John Romita, right? John Romita Sr. cover.
Yeah.
And it is the first, the reveal of Green Goblin. But I just really like the art, and for an iconic debuting artist who's a legend. I think this was like his first cover. Even if you could get like a mid-grade copy, like this is kind of history at this point. And it displays really well. You can hang it up, frame it, do whatever you want. And again, if you could find a 9.8, this is going for like, I don't even know how many 9.8s are on the sentence. I doubt that there's many, because this is a hard to find book. I've only ever seen one in person. So yeah, this was my pick. I'll probably not buy it, but if the price is right, I'll consider it. So yeah.
I like the cover, man. Jason, what do you think?
Yeah, old Spider-Man are like my favorite Spider-Man. I don't know why. Like, I just dig the older kind of feel to the books, the way they did them back then. It's like they got a lot of, it's they're simple. They get to the point. It's not like a lot of covers now, especially with Spider-Man. They got a lot of busy work happening, and some of them it works, some of them it doesn't. Like there's that. What is it? The decal one where he's like in between the cars. Is that decal? The one that you guys showed on. It was on the show a couple weeks back. The variant where Miles is in between the cars and it's like rushing through traffic.
Staples.
Yes.
Staples.
That one's
where
still,
he's
I
in
love
between
that
the cars.
cover,
It's like it's a lot of busy work going, but that cover works. And then there's other ones where it just kind of doesn't. I like the simplicity of these older Spider-Man books for sure.
It's like drawn on canvas.
Yeah, because like a lot of the Spider-Man books that I'm looking for are the older ones, like older Mysterio. Well, Mysterio's always been one of my favorite Spider-Man villains for some reason. Shit. I don't know why.
There you go, 9.8, valued at $52K. There you go, Fedora.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm gonna clip that reaction right there, dude.
What the? 52 grand. Yo, that's crazy. I didn't even think it was gonna be that much. Michael Baker is like our version of Jamie on the Joe Rogan Experience. You know how like there's a guy in the background like looking up stuff like as they're talking. That's Michael Baker.
I never watched Joe Rogan. So.
Well, he has like a dude in the background that makes commentary, and then like he like as Joe Rogan is talking about a certain topic, he's already like searching it up. Like, and just pulling up the information as the show goes. So that's Michael Baker. Shout out to Young Baker.
Young Baker.
That's your name, Young Baker.
Dope.
52 grand, bro.
Yeah, that dude who graded that 9.8, he time traveled from 1960 or whatever.
Bro, he probably blew someone at CGC, bro. There's no way. There's no way. Speaking of CGC, listen, I don't want to get into like the drama, but did you hear about that?
Yeah. It's, what's funny to me is it's not going to do jack shit to CGC. People are still going to send shit to CGC, and it's not going to change anything. They're going to be just fine. Because everyone keeps talking, oh, no, it's CBCS. Nothing's going to happen. It's just not going to happen.
I'm just tight because my Wolverine didn't get a 9.8, but y'all reholding books with like 9.6s, and y'all can't even tell the difference.
Yeah.
So how my book got a 9.6?
I don't know.
You know what? If somebody want to rehold my book, message me. Clip this too. Guys, if you're reholding, I'll send you my book. I'll give you a little $20, $30, and then you'll ship it off.
Yeah.
Like, since this is what we're doing now. This is what we're doing now.
Yeah, I got a 9.6 New Mutant sitting over there. I need a 9.8. Like, hook it up.
Yes. This is clip this. Post.
You know what? I'm nervous about. This is what's gonna end up happening after this. Like, CGC can't win. The only way they can win is just to give everyone 9.8s. Is like, I'm afraid that because of this happening, that everyone's gonna be on edge, like the graders, and they're gonna grade harder. So your 9.6s are gonna be 9.4s. Your 9s are gonna be 9.6s.
Yeah.
I will listen. All these mooks over there at CGC, listen to me. Stop picking up these momos off the fucking street and giving them like a 3-day crash course and then sending them there. It's like that. Like that's what it is. They got these monkeys behind they're monkeys. They're literally monkeys, like behind looking at what? Like you can't even tell if it's regraded. Like what are we doing now, right? And then even the same thing with like Pokemon, like the Pokemon community, some schmuck cut up the card and sent it in as a miscut, and then CGC was like, oh yeah, this is a miscut. This is a miscut. They graded it as a miscut, and then when he called them out, they banned him. He was like, so he can't grade with CGC anymore, which is ridiculous. So I'm wondering, like, who do you have working behind here? I don't know. I feel like they're spreading themselves thin. But anyways, that's neither here nor
there. We got to keep moving, man. We got a show to watch, or we got a movie to go catch at 1 o'clock, man. We got to keep this going. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no. And then this is my, speaking of Pokemon, the Lugia. That's how I was gonna bridge it in, you know, the Lugia V Alt Art PSA 10, and you can get this for under $300. A PSA 10 for under $300. Get it right now. What do you get off this show? Well, don't get off the show, but just buy it now. And a raw is 125 to 130. I'll probably pull the trigger on a raw for 100, but I'm not doing 125, 130. I feel like that's a little bit too excessive. But I do like the Lugia art. I think it's beautiful. But for some reason, the Pokemon community, they're really weird when it comes to the way certain cards are posing. And on Reddit, on the Reddit and the 4chans, they said that Lugia looks thick, and they don't like that his ass is showing. So that's kind of why the value of the card is kind of low. But if you bought this card when Silver Tempest first came out, it was $400. So now you can get a PSA 10 for under $300. So raw, these were going for $400 when they first came out several months back. Now PSA 10, what the hell? PSA 10, 300, 300, and then you hit them with the next slide. And we're going back to the weekly shonen giveaway right here. 25 in the chat. This is a solid art, and One Piece is going crazy. Also, CGC, they grade manga now, and you can't even walk into a store and get this. Just keep that in mind, guys. You can't go, hey, Chief, I'm at my local Newberry Comics, so you don't want a weekly show. Like, you can't do that. So these are hard to find in America. You're going to pay a premium if you want to get it from Japan. I paid cover price because I pre-ordered it from my local Japanese specialty shop, and it got flown in, air mail. So if you want this, let me know. 25 in the chat we need, and I think that's it.
Dope, man. All right, well, before we get into the next set of slides here, I just want to thank everyone for joining. We're about 42 minutes in. Jason and I we're gonna catch a movie after this, so I'm gonna try and keep this quick. But I appreciate everyone's support. I don't think we'll get to 25 today. I was kind of like, I would probably get to it just because of it being Christmas Eve and everyone's doing stuff. But I do appreciate everyone in the chat. Please hit that like button, subscribe. I'm sure everyone who's in here is already subscribed. So again, I just appreciate everyone's support. But yeah, I'll try and go through these slides fairly quickly because I know everyone wants to get back to their fantasy football, all that stuff. So.
Jason,
I'm just watching. No, the Seahawks game's on over there, and I'm just shaking my head at how bad they're doing.
I need the defense to get a touchdown scored on them, but after that, I want them to win.
What, you need the Seahawks defense to get scored on?
Yeah.
No.
I know I'm horrible.
It might happen soon.
Just 3 points. Just 3 points. That's all I need. Yeah, and Mike Baker, man, you're like the best, dude. I really appreciate your support, bro. I got some good stuff for you financial wise next week. So yeah. So Jedi Fallen Order. This is like a new book that I've been on the hunt for the past like year and a half. I played the video game and I just fell in love with this cover. This is definitely like I would say like a 5 to 10 year PC book if I had a 9.8. The thing about this book is I don't like, after all the fall of Star Wars, Marvel, whatever, Star Wars still does really well. Shout out to Vintage Comics and Toys. Me and Phil had a pretty good conversation about what the market's looking like right now, and he says Star Wars still does really well. Obviously because of the huge universe it supports and all that. I can't find this book for under $200. It's a lot of
I've never seen this book.
It's a first appearance of the second sister who's from the video game. Is that right, Jason?
Yeah. I don't believe she's been in anything other than the first Jedi game.
Right. Yeah. So if you played the Star Wars Fallen Order video game, you would understand where why this is worth so much money. But it's kind of one of those things. And I think, like, you know, I've been very vocal about how video games are so much better than the movies lately. And I'm myself am finding I want to get the comic books that are related to the video games I'm playing versus the movies that are coming out. It just makes more sense. Excuse me, sense to me as an enjoyability standpoint. But no one's selling this book, man. 9.8s are going for like $4.90, which is still really very expensive price. I don't really see anything pushing this unless she goes into the MCU or what have you. But I don't know who owns the rights to actually put this character to the big screen, because EA Sports is or Electronic Arts is the ones that came with the video game. But Jason, you love the video game, man. Like, she's not in the second game, right? Because she dies in the first game.
Yeah, that's like, I think you kill her at the end of the first game.
Yeah, or she like gets killed by Darth Vader or something.
Yeah, like the second game picks up like I don't remember how many years later, but
yeah. And Fedora, you never seen this book? You never seen it at like Midtown or anything like that?
No, I didn't even know his character existed. I played the first Star Wars game for like an hour. I don't know if she appears, and then I was like, oh, this was a great game.
She's like the main antagonist, and she's a bitch.
She was a chick on the train, right? When you were on the train, and
yeah,
she was
chick on the train.
Okay. Yeah.
Michael, you are not a mop. You are a mop killer, or a mop unaliver, I guess.
I'm not a mop. I mean, I'm not a mop. Jesus Christ. I don't like Star Wars like that either.
It's all good, man. Yeah. I think it's okay. Yeah, I mean, like, other than the Star Wars trilogy, yeah, for sure. But this game, like, play the game. It's fun, dude. Play it like in the story mode, so you can just kind of watch the story. My favorite part of that game, Jason, was when you get to get in the AT-AT, and you get to actually use the AT-AT.
Oh yeah,
so badass. All right, Jason, I want you to commentate on this, dude. So I'm gonna start compiling a list of video games and like their first appearances and the first releases and all that. I'm gonna start doing that, and I'm gonna come up with a list on Google Sheets and just share it with everybody. But this is what I'm gonna start out with. I'm gonna try and find every single FF7 like version, whether it be collectors, what year it came out, you know, what have you. But this original FF7 OG version, Japanese version, I need to find one CIB for like 200 to 300. The sealed ones go for like $1,000, but I think they're it's easier to find those because they're Japanese versions. Is this the Final Fantasy VII from 90s? Yep. Yes, the original Final Fantasy VII that Jason and I played senior year of high school. We got in trouble with like our class president. He got all mad at us because we were playing video games. Right?
Okay.
Anyway.
I care.
But dude, Jason, man, like, would you ever, like, what's the most you'd pay for a complete inbox FF7 just for nostalgia's sake?
I'd spend like a couple $100, but I'm not like going crazy with it probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you get the Japanese version just to like display on your wall for like, say, $30?
For $30, yeah, I'll buy the Japanese version.
Yeah. They have one, 400 for me. Hell yeah. Imans knows what's going on, man. Fedora, did you ever play Final Fantasy VII, or are you like, I don't give a shit about this game?
I was never. I remember when it came out, but I didn't really like Final Fantasy VII. I played Final Fantasy 3 for Super Nintendo, and I really liked that one. And then I kind of skipped out on Final Fantasy 7 because I didn't see the hype. I didn't like Final Fantasy 8. I thought Squall was like a little lame. And then Final Fantasy 9, I think when that one came out, we were at Sears, and my mom was buying me a new TV because my other one had broken. And the advertising for Final Fantasy 9 was like really huge, like all over TV. It was all in the magazines. There were billboards. It was crazy. So I was like, please, Mom, please. Like, I need this. Please. And then she was just like, all right. And then she put it on the credit card. And so Final Fantasy 9, like I kind of liked the main antagonist more because he had like the monkey tail and he had like the two daggers. I don't know. I just for some reason Final Fantasy VII never clicked with me, and it still doesn't. So I don't know why. It's just something about it that I just never.
No, it's all good. I think Final FF9 is like I never played that game, but I definitely like if I was like away, Winter Wonderland, I would do that. Oh hell yeah, Titans TD. Well, not really, but okay. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, I'm playing my nephew in the championship today, so I want him to. Dude, check this out, man. Iman named his daughter Eris. That's fucking amazing. I love that shit, man. That's freaking sick. And yeah, 6 I've always tried to play, and it's actually Jason. I think you should try 6. Because like we were talking about the other day, like Materia is like never gonna come back, right? That's just never. It's gone. But the gameplay of like the turn-based system is pretty phenomenal on 6. I haven't finished 6 before, but I should probably try picking that up again on my Switch. I wonder why they didn't release that game again, but oh well, whatever.
It'd be funny if somebody one time was like, it's like, yeah, I love Final Fantasy VII so much, I named my daughter or son after it. And you're like, oh, like which character, like Eris or something like that? And they're like, no, Kate Sith. And I'm like, that weird cat thing? Like, yes, Kate Sith.
that big ass marshmallow, like dude, that's the crazy thing about 7 was
there's controlled by the cat on top of it.
Yeah, the hardest thing about 7 was, do you remember this dude? We used to like
betraying you too.
What's that?
He kept betraying you too. Remember, he was actually like Shinra undercover, and then he changed his mind. Like after Midori sold you out, he's like, "No, I'm actually good." And you're like, "I hate you. You're never joining my party again unless it forces you into it."
Yeah, damn it. And like the toughest thing about 7 was like, okay, I got 3 guys, but there's 18 characters I have to like increase like their HP or their max amount. So it was hard to find the combos of like, oh, do I have like one big dude and then like 2 other little dudes? It was always tough, man. But sticking on a video games here, I think you guys can see.
I knew a girl. I dated a girl. She used to work for like I think like a manga company, and she had like a little dog, and she named it Kupo.
She named it what?
Kupo. You know what they call the little.
Yeah, the little like snow looking snowman dudes or whatever. I don't know.
Those little things.
Yeah.
With the button nose.
Yeah. They got like the little tails.
Yeah. I remember those things. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I had a friend that had a chocobo dog, or like named his dog Chocobo or something. I thought that was kind of cool. Chocobo is a very iconic character too. FYI, everyone. Moving on. We're almost at an hour, so I'm trying to wrap this up here. Excuse me. Maximum Carnage, the video game comic book edition. This is just purely nostalgia, and a lot of these are just nostalgia. I'm always on the lookout for this game. What's up, Ryan? Thanks for coming through, man. Good to see you. Merry Christmas Eve, bro. Yeah, Maximum Carnage video game. This came out because of the video game. I think it was a giveaway. High grade is a freaking ghost because kids use this game to wipe their noses with, while they're playing Maximum Carnage. Jason, did you ever have this on Nintendo or Genesis?
I believe I had it on Genesis. I didn't own it. I rented it.
Yeah. It had that red cartridge, remember?
Yeah. Huh? Back when you rented games.
So
from Hollywood Video or Blockbuster.
Always Hollywood, dude. Always Hollywood. Always Hollywood Video.
The soundtrack for that game was
pretty good.
I can imagine them in the studio like. like they definitely knew like they made a banger. I would buy that album on vinyl.
Oh snap! Okay, cool. I like it. Yeah, man. I almost bought this in 9.6 for like $460, and I was like, oh my god, what am I doing, dude? I can't justify that, and so I just never did. What is Red Giraffe? You guys ever heard of Red Giraffe?
No, Dora? We only have Blockbuster here. We only have Blockbuster.
Do you guys have Hollywood Video?
Yeah, but it wasn't common. It was like a weird place. Like I would say mostly we had a lot of mom and pop shops. Well,
That's
I
cool.
mean, I didn't really venture out of the Bronx when I was a kid,
Yeah.
so I didn't really start to see like a lot of these like blockbusters and things like that. I knew that there was like one blockbuster we had, but nobody went there. So everybody supported like the local. There's like this Asian family that had like a video store, and they also sold video games.
Yeah.
And then they rented like movies and video games and things like that and sold them. So everybody went there. And then they went out of business. I want to say in like the early 2010s.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. The other thing about what kids this generation don't know anymore is like, I remember when I was a kid and I'd beg my sisters to take me to the video game store, and either I'd go alone or I'd bring a homie with me, like my buddy Cooper. Jason and I we met in high school, so we already drove by at that point. But always the confrontation of, are we gonna get like a sports game because we don't have this game for like 2 days, or do we go to the older games that you can run for like 7 and try and beat it over time? That was always an issue with like me and my friends, man. Like, what do we do? Whether it was like confrontational or just like it's gonna take us 2 hours to find a video game, and my sister would be like, "Would you hurry up? Like, we need to get home," or like,
or you decide on what you want pre-going there, and it's gone already. Like,
oh my god, it's the worst. And then so you have to go to your default,
and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah, that was the worst, dude.
You have to pivot, and your whole like plan is destroyed.
I know.
No, my mom didn't play that. My mom didn't play that. She was like, "Yo, bro, like, grab something, or you're gonna get a beating. Like in the store. Like, I don't care. Like,
yeah.
Like, let's go."
Yeah,
I was like, she was like, "Yo, if you take more than 5 minutes, you're not getting anything." So,
little Fedora, like, "Oh, what do I do, mama?"
That's your name. And then I grabbed Super Mario RPG.
Oh, just wait. Just you wait here. Just you wait.
Oh.
What's that?
Smith and Jigba hurt his knee now.
Oh, good. That's great. I see it's 4th and 4. Supernatural is number 1. I know there's a lot of repeats on here, so I apologize, everyone. But this is just more like stuff that we're looking out for, and I think take this for what it is, but like we're being very picky. What's that?
Don't apologize for your list. All right, this is our list. This is not a list for the people. This is our list. There you go.
It's the Ferber the Nerd community list. Yeah. And no mooks list. This is the non-mooks list. Yeah, exactly. But dude, I saw like I was talking about this book like last week. Matrix, who's not in the chat, but he actually schooled me on this book pretty damn hard. And dude, I found this book for $350 with offers being taken, signed. I don't know what mask is within the book, but if you don't know what this history about this book is, check out our previous shows with Matrix Comics. He kind of goes into it in a freaking deep dive, and it's amazing. But this is a ghost regardless. And I remember this selling raw for like $1,500 like 8 months ago. Not like a year ago or 2, but like 8 months ago. So the fact that this is going for $350, and like, I'm stupid. I should be buying this right now, but I got other stuff to spend money on. Jason, man, what do you think about this book, dude?
No, yeah, I freaking love the cover of this. I like anything that has to do with like
horror.
And just kind of the macabre and stuff like that. So like, it's always been a hitter for me. Like you said, it's just so damn expensive. It's like I would love to own it, but it's like I don't want to pony up the cash for it.
Yeah, I'm like at $250, I'm in, like 100% in. Fedora, have you ever heard of this book or seen it?
No,
I think I've asked you before, but no.
I've never. The cool thing about Matrix is that like he puts you onto shit that nobody knows about. So like like you're not fighting people like to get something, like because no one knows about it, right? So if you see it, like the chances of other people looking for it is very slim. So I know he put me on to like the Faust, and then I was like, man, that sounds interesting. And then I bought the hardcover, and then apparently a lot of people really dug that, and it goes for whatever it goes for now.
300.
So, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like, so he's got a lot of information, and he's gonna put you on to stuff that a super niche market of people that are gonna know about. So, and if you're on the lookout for it, there's a good chance that you might find it because no one else is looking for it or knows about it.
Now I'm nervous, dude. Like now I kind of want to buy this book, but yeah, and it's horror, right? So like the horror genre always does well, not depending on whatever market, right? It's always going to hold pretty high, which I think was a reason why that Elsa book that you picked out earlier is a great pick for your personal collection. But yeah, so we're about an hour in. Thanks again, guys. We got 13 live, almost to that 25 mark. We may have to save that for another show, but I do appreciate everyone coming through on Christmas Eve. And yeah, love you all, man. Let's see here. First thing I see every time is the Spawn. Nice. Okay, let's see here. And my do not buy books for 2024. Do not buy that Iron Man comic for $10 or plus. Fucking find that in a dollar bin. I saw 6 copies of this book in dollar bins, like at some store in Greenwood, near us in Seattle. That Captain Carter book was the start of the fall of the comic book speculation buzz. Do not buy this book. 100%. I'm trying to save y'all money so you can buy good stuff for Christmas, Ryan. Do not buy these books. Survival Street, that was fucking biggest FOC bullshit I ever heard of. Sesame Street goes bad. We don't want Sesame Street to go bad, people. Like, you thought this was going to get optioned. I'm sorry, man. Get anything underneath what was that underneath the trees, Dora?
Beneath the trees. Yo, the second print sold out. Second issue sold out, and they were one per customer. So, and people were still coming and looking for it.
It's a good story, and it's not trying to be Sesame Street fucking killing people. You know what I mean? It's different.
No, that was a little silly.
Definitely different, but it's good shit, right?
But they don't.
Yeah, I like
Survival Street has the count.
Come on,
$3 for this book.
I love it.
A lot of NPCs are just like we're buying these books.
Dude, all the NPC mofos are just and
the NPC FOC people.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to emphasize real quick. I don't think FOC is a bad idea. I think FOC flipping.
No pun intended.
I think FOC and flipping is a horrible fucking idea. If you want a good FOC list, he's not in the chat, and he hasn't been doing a lot lately, but I still support the guy. Ultra and Maximus has a really great FOC list where he just puts it all out there. And I think you just got to take it for what it's worth. I don't trust top 10 FOC lists. I'm not going to talk about specific ones, but like the fact that you have an FOC list and you say buy 3 to 4 copies of this for $250 and try and flip it, you're going to have to bat 1,000 every time you do that. It's just impossible.
There's no way to like just to be sustainable when you got to do that every week.
It's done.
Well, it's also for me. It's like if you're buying the books at like say $4 a pop for the book, and then you're trying to flip them for like 14 or 15. Is like you're like amazed that like, oh man, check out how this book took off. Now it's selling for 15. I'm like, that's not even worth my time. Like,
no.
So I'm making $10 off of it. Like I make that thinking about going to work. Like I'm not worried about the $10.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. It's not. And is that exactly why? Like, I'm trying to give this book away, man. Trying to put my money where my mouth is. Anyway, and that Captain Carter book, man. I whenever I see this for like 75, I'm like, what a freaking joke. Ryan, you know what?
That's not even the real Captain Carter.
Yeah, it's not even the real Captain Carter. It was pushed by 20. It was pushed by a lot of people that it was, and that like what you have to do is you have to listen to the market. If the market says they're paying $350 for the actual Captain Carter first appearance and they're paying $80 for this, the market says fuck this book and get the other book. You need that Wolverine? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do today, guys. We got 14 live. Fedora, hold on to that manga for a little bit. I'm gonna give away the Wolverine book. I'm gonna do it. I'll give away the Wolverine book at the end of the show. So stay tuned. We're almost done with the show. I'm just gonna give it away, man, because I appreciate everyone coming through. Ryan, you made me happy, man. So we're gonna give this book at the end of the show away. Click that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And again, we're almost done here. I know everyone has fantasy football to get back to, myself and all that stuff. Jason, I talked to you about your picks today. So why do you want these books, man? And what's your top dollar for both these books? And let's just hypothetically say 9.6 and above.
Like graded already or raw?
Like, let's do raw.
I mean, I guess
let's do raw. Like you like your girls raw.
Like if I'm like the problem is that the problem is that they're going to be kind of different. Like, I mean, the Swamp Thing, I could have, like I was telling you, I was like, I just haven't pulled the trigger on it. I could have bought it like numerous times over. I'm just looking for that perfect copy because it's for me. Like, I'm not doing anything with it. The Spawn gets a little bit more difficult because the market kind of dictates that. And it's hard to find it for raw. What do I see those like $500-600 usually or something like that? Because they're selling 9/8 for well over 1,000 usually.
For the Spawn?
Yeah. Either that or I'm thinking of the collectively together. Because like I like the second appearance of Gunslinger, the yellow cover.
Yeah.
But you generally can't find that one without buying this one for some reason. Everybody like puts them together. It's harder to find them separated. But he's just one of those characters. It's like the first Spawn character that they had a spin-off of that like actually took 2 readers. Like people love that character.
It's drawn, that cover's drawn so well too. Like as just a visual kind of just, I love that those 2 covers. I kind of am with you too, man. Like I kind of feel that this thing, you know, doing this or whatever with the other cover, I like that cover better personally as far as cover. It's like if you're just purely a cover buyer, I go with the gun. Fedora, man, out of those 2, what do you prefer?
That's one thing. That's like the first appearance of Constantine.
Oh no, the Spawn book.
Like for me, like if it's not the first appearance of Constantine, it's like a bust for me. Like in my opinion, I would say that Gunslinger, yeah, for sure. Because if I would imagine if the Spawn movie takes off, right, they're gonna try and build their own cinematic universe. So I'm pretty sure Gunslinger is gonna show up. I mean, maybe this is like I'm Mr. Fantastic reaching, like I'm stretching, but I think that Gunslinger is one of the most popular characters that aren't Spawn within the Spawn universe. So it would be stupid for them to not include him if the movie is successful. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah, like even so, I think like I mean, comics embrace freaking Avatar as Spawn, and like we were talking about Spawn last week and how your generations like or younger generations either than you like dig it. He's crossing
they watch the podcast.
I mean, so, of course they do, right?
To them. No, yeah. I sent those kids.
Oh, you did? Oh, no.
Yeah, I sent them the link.
Oh, cool.
They were hyped. They said that they loved the show, and they said it had a lot of information, and they were happy that, you know, we shouted them out and we talked about what they liked. So big ups to you guys, and thanks for tuning into the show.
Yeah. No, appreciate you, man, getting the word out to those people, because like honestly, like you know, Cody, I don't know if you're in the chat, but he was saying like he has no faith in Gen X, kind of jokingly, but like I think now I just want to know what they're into so I can relate to that younger crowd, whether it's just for my own social like whatever, or just wanting to know what like people are into, you know. And it's cool because like if they like something that's cool, then I'll probably like, and it's something that I like too, that makes me cool. Right, Jason?
Sure.
There was a lot of Gen Z. There's a lot of Gen Z, like younger kids coming into the shop like all week, just buying stuff, buying gifts. It was crazy, man. Like we had people coming in like with their kids, like, yo, like you want a comic book? And then the kid was like, yeah. And then he pulls out a fucking omnibus of Venom, Todd McFarlane, and then he was like 11. And then his dad was like, that's what you want? And then he was like, yeah. And then his mom was like, how is he going to read that on the plane? And then he was like, please, Mom, please. She's like, it's too heavy. Like, we can't. And then the dad was like, don't worry about it. And then he paid. Omnis have been moving like I've never been so happier because Omnis in the shop take up too much space, and a lot of younger kids have been pulling those Omnis out, and it's just like, Dad, please. Spider-Man Omnis have been going. A lot of Todd McFarlane stuff really has been moving. So I don't really know what it is, but a lot of younger little kids like, and I'm not even joking. I'm not even fabricating this. They don't like, some of them, a good amount of them, don't like the newer, more digitized art. They kind of like the older 90s and 80s art because I guess it feels more cartoony to them. It's more, it's weird. Like, because I tried to give him like a more newer Venom, and he was like, no, that's like, I don't like the way the art looks. Yeah, so I was like, all right, Todd McFarlane, and then he $100 and whatever for the fucking, that was insane. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah. What I was gonna say was you had me kind of on a curious hunt the other since last week's show. So I went, and Jason's from the same. I mean, he's from the same area that we're in. We're high school buddies and all that stuff. Dude, I went to 5 different shops. I went to a Barnes and Noble. Just one. I didn't go to. There's not a lot, but all right, Iman. Thanks for coming through, man. Merry Christmas, all that good stuff, man. Thanks for coming through. You guys give Iman's World of Geek a follow on YouTube and get his subs up. I was trying to find an omnibus of Invincible. One store had 1 copy. Barnes and Noble was sold out. So like, I just kind of took a look at other stuff that was sold out. None of the Young Adventure stuff was sold out. Anime had a lot of people cruising through, but all the independent stuff had a lot of customers looking for it and a lot of sellouts. So I would say this is like my 2024 also. I didn't put it up here because I didn't have time, but if you guys see like a collection, like on anything, and you guys probably already know this, but I've just been more in depth into looking for it now. Invincible like collections on anything, if it's for $100 for like 25 copies, grab them, because the second that issue 1 came out, it was under ordered. I don't even give a shit if it's low or high grade, because if the omnibuses are selling, the next thing that's gonna go is the actual individual comic, and they're all low print, and the show is great. Yeah. And the younger kids, even younger than Fedora, they like it too, man. And guess what? Parents are watching.
We had a lot of people coming in asking for like the compendiums. People call in, you have Invincible compendium. There's like a random guy who's like, yeah, I'm not really into comics, but I just watched the Invincible show. Do you? And then he was like, do you have like the first compendium? How much is it? And I was like, it's $100. And he's like, you don't have the first one? I'll buy it right now. And we were like, nah. And he was like, oh, well,
yeah. I tried to go on Amazon and they're sold out. Amazon is fucking sold out. So anyway,
you want to hear something so crazy?
Not really. So just kidding. Go ahead.
We had a lot of irredeemables, and every time somebody would come in and they're like, yo, I'm looking for, Invincible. You like, do you have Invincible? And I'm like, no, but I have something similar called Irredeemable, and it's cheaper. Like, if you're interested. And then I tell them the story. I show them the art, and they're like, it's what, $60? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, all right, I'll buy it. And anytime anybody came in through that door, asked for Invincible, and I told them it was sold out, I was like, but we got Irredeemable. They would always buy it. So, I think that a lot of people are more gravitating towards those like more mature superhero stories that are violent and more adult-like. So even if it's like in the same wheelhouse as Invincible, they want to know about it because no one else knows about it. So that's something to keep in mind. I've sold every irredeemable book that we had, and it was like 10 copies we had, and people were pissed because they couldn't move it. And I sold them all. So
don't fire Fedora. That's all we gotta say. Some other just random stuff that I've been on the lookout for. I don't know if Fedora knows about this game, but Bust a Groove. Cooper, if you're watching the show, I tried downloading it, bro, and you cannot find this on PlayStation Store. I tried the aftermarket, $150. This video game goes for PlayStation 1. Jason, do you remember us playing this game?
I remember the game, but I don't remember playing it all that much.
Oh,
I got down on Parappa the Rapper a little bit more.
I have it here. I have Parappa the Rapper.
Yeah.
No, I told you that already.
Parappa the Rapper, that's like that's like $100 game.
Parappa the Rapper's like, yeah, $100. I bought the Japanese version. That's way cooler, just for $15. I'll show it to you. I think I took a picture of it anyway. And another one that just came out, I actually bought this for a nephew. Super Mario RPG just came out for the Switch, and I never bought, like, I think when I was a kid, and dude, Snoopy, hell yeah, Parappa the Rapper, dude. It's on my shorts if you guys are just curious of what Parappa the Rapper is.
And Umlami Jammer.
What?
Umlami Jammer.
I don't know what that is. What's that?
It's like in the Parappa universe.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So Umlami Jammer was like a spin-off of Parappa the Rapper.
Okay, got you. You know what's funny is Parappa the Rapper like has a weird cult following with like kids too. I keep seeing it like pop up on like random YouTube shows or videos and stuff. But yeah, Bust a Groove is another one. I just can't find a copy of it. It probably doesn't have a big of a cult following, but they did not reprint this game. There's a second version, or there's a number 2 Bust a Groove. But man, I would buy this game if I could play it on PS5, but I just can't. And then again, Super Mario RPG just came out. I guess it's better quality, like the videos quality's better. I would love to play this game on my Switch after I beat Zelda. Very cool. And then
you know what game is popular that's also that's good job. Space Channel 5.
What?
Space Channel 5.
Is that on Switch?
That's on Dreamcast.
Space Channel 5. Never heard of it, man. I gotta look into Dreamcast stuff too. Yeah. It's all good, Brad. Like I said, I like FOC too. I don't like the fact of FOC getting in the top 10 list and then trying to flip it for 15 at least and trying to get your money back. God of War is awesome. Yeah.
If you're just putting random stuff on FOC, like if you're just trying to make shit up and there's like no real justification, I don't have a problem with FOC. What I have a problem with is like when there's nothing going on, you want something to go on and you just throw something on there, and that's the problem. Like if nothing's coming out this week or this month, like chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like
okay,
it's okay. No one's gonna. But anyways, I'm done.
And then last but not least, I'm trying to revert my kind of collecting genre back into video games again. The problem is like when you buy a video game, that's like 50 hours at least of like contributed time you have to do on that or to invest into it. Seahawks are down 10-3. I saw that. Snatcher, Fedora put me on this like a month ago. It's the first Kenji Jojima, or not Kenji Jojima. The creator of Metal Gear Solid's first American game distributed was on Sega CD. I
was gonna say I saw that picture and I was like it remind as soon as you flipped to that thing I was gonna be like, oh, I was like the freaking because the Solid Snake like the Metal Gear Solid
here's the crazy thing about this game. I've played it numerous times. I've played it on Sega CD. And then so there's characters from the Metal Gear Solid universe that appear in Snatcher. So it's theorized that Snatcher takes place in the future of the Metal Gear Solid universe. So if you play the game, you're gonna trust me. You're gonna see you're gonna see first appearances of Metal Gear Solid characters in this game, like iconic characters. He did another game called Police Knots, and then there was like a character from Metal Gear Solid in that game as well. So there's a lot of like cultural. So these are like first appearances, kind of like comic books and where we say, oh, this is the first appearance of, I don't know, like Null. Well, Snatcher has the first appearances of some Metal Gear Solid characters. It has the first music, scores, early music scores that later they're going to use in Metal Gear Solid for PlayStation 1. So, and the Sega CD version, it's extremely low print. Like, this was like a massive flop. So they didn't reprint it. Whatever was out there was out there. Mm-hmm. And if you're trying to find a sealed copy, good luck.
I don't even know. Yeah, and the other like it just, this Snatcher game, this isn't the actual cover for Sega CD. I just thought it was the coolest one. It's just hard to get. Like CIBs go for 700 like a month ago. And so I'm saying, like, if you find, like, I know it'd be hard, but if you're in a garage sale or if you're at like some estate sale, I would say just grab all Sega CDs. You can get them for like under $10 a piece. Because a lot of them, you can just Google it. I'm gonna try and make a list of these books or these games, but they're just really expensive. Grand Theft Auto, like, the new game's coming out in 2025 or 2026. I don't know when it's coming out, but the first Grand Theft Auto I ever played was the PC version where, Jason, I don't know if you ever played it, but like it was an aerial shot, right? So you had an aerial view of the cars and you never got out of the car and shot stuff. You literally just stole cars and then would take them to a chop shop and then just do it over and over again. Hella fun. That's this game here. And Vinny's talked about it on shows before of like kind of the breakdown of like the timeline of Grand Theft Auto. I think those are great pickups for collectors. They're fairly cheap. CIB sealed are very hard in PC. And if you're gonna grade it, VGA I think does PC. And 151, man, I mean, I've been touting this for a long time, or for the past like 6 months, ever since Fedora actually was talking about a long time ago. I just use this picture as like just an example. I would not pay, and Fedora, I think you agree with me too. I think that the ultra premium collection, if you get it for like $80 to $90, I don't mind that, and just keeping it in the box. But do not pay $120 retail like Fred Meyer, Walmart, what have you. There are just so many of them out there. Am I right?
If you're gonna pay a premium, go with the Japanese set, because the Japanese set has the Master Ball hollows. So there's a lot of people that are going to be chasing the Master Ball sets. They're like completionists that want a lot of these like Master Ball editions. So the Master Ball sets, you get one card, one Master Ball per box. And people are just trying to collect the whole Master Ball set. I think one complete set sold for like a few $1,000s. So if you're going to buy something like at a premium, I would say the Master Ball set, the Japanese version. I think a lot of little kids were really into the 151 set, and people still ask for it now. So cool. The English 151 set might be nostalgic to like a lot of other like younger kids that were collecting earlier. So that's a good hold for English, just to buy it on low. But if you're gonna buy high, the Japanese set is probably the one to pay a little extra money for.
Yeah, you mentioned that a while back too, and I kind of like the prices, they justify it too, so it makes sense. Well, I did promise a giveaway. We only have, let's see here, I only have like 6 people in the giveaway, so if you want in the giveaway, just type FOC sucks. The giveaway. And then Fedora, just hold on to your manga, and I'm gonna hold on to that Ruins, I think, for now, and maybe we could do it at the end of the year when we get more peeps in there. But
Yeah,
And Ryan, you're in there, dude. I got you. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, without further ado, we're just gonna. Oh wait, I remember playing. Oh my gosh, Michael! I think we played the same games like alongside each other. Oh, Comics Embrace. Okay, I'll give you guys 20 seconds to get in. And then we'll.
You put Soupy too.
Soupy. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else?
Oh, he already got Comics Embrace. Right.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right, good luck, everyone. This is for that Wolverine number 36 FOC. If you bought it for $5,
did you get Cody in there?
I did not.
Just popped in.
Cody.
Cody was in the beginning, so he's been here the whole time. So yeah, but yeah, this is for that. I mean, I'm basically sending $20 in the mail. So, rather than trying to send it on my IG,
we can burn it. Burn $20.
Oh my God, Ryan!
He wanted it. He got it,
dude. Like the force is with you, dude. I mean, like that's great. So Ryan, hit me up on Instagram. Send me your mail. I'll get this out on Tuesday for work. Man, you basically like the universe is aligned with Ryan today, dude. Buy a lottery ticket. I don't know. But yeah, again, I just want to thank. We got 14 live, about an hour and a quarter into the show. Jason, I'll look up times and I'll send you the text. I'll send you texts to tell you what times are available for the movies we're trying to look at, and then we can decide from there. Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming through, Ryan. I appreciate you. Yeah, we have 14. I mean, we were up to 15 at one point. That's great for Christmas Eve. I do appreciate everyone's support. Hit that like button. We need some more likes up there, and almost to that road to 500, man. We're getting there, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Ryan, I don't know if you're in our Discord. I think you're in the Discord, right? But yeah, what?
Next week we should do like the top omnibus compendiums to get, or something like that.
Yeah, man, I'm down for it, man. I thought this show was pretty fun. I mean, like to kind of see where our personal is. I think it varied a lot. Jason's obviously like in Bronze, Specific, and Spawn. I'm like all over the place. And Fedora, you know, your list is pretty cool, very Catwoman like, but a lot of your art was good stuff.
I'm long-term shit. Modern. I'm a modern guy. I don't really know too much about like the older stuff, and I don't really like.
But I think that's what's cool though about the show is like, you know, oh shit, wifey getting in there. She's stupid. Anyway,
she wants that book.
She wants the book. I'll give her something else. Anyway, y'all have a great Christmas. Manny, we missed you, man. You missed the giveaway, but tune in next week. We'll do a giveaway next week. Y'all take care. Merry Christmas, stay safe, and we'll see you next week.
All right.